Hey guys, Nick60 here, coming to you with a, something I haven't done before. This is a pre-release look at a upcoming game. This is Abducted by Sunset Incorporated, the same guys who did Crow, which I have geeked out about a number of times now. And this is going up on Steam Early Access on July 28th. And before I go any further, I am going to say this right now to make sure that there are no misunderstandings. Early access is testing. The game comes out at a discounted price with the understanding that anyone who buys it is getting early access to the game for a reduced price, of course. But the game still has some glitches and things to be worked out, and that the developers are actively working to fix this. And as such, you know, just reviews and forum reports, so on and so forth, to help let them know what needs to be done. So, just putting that out there right now, the game in its current state still has some things to be cleaned off, but I will say this, in its defense, it's a lot more complete than a number of other early access games I've seen come out. They've done a nice job on it, and it looks like a majority of what they have left is just cleaning up, you know, higher quality graphics and stuff, and fine tuning. So, the game is most definitely playable and in pretty good shape. So, this is our first. This is the first thing you get. You have a chance to go to Steam if you change your mind, quit out their Facebook page, and this is where you have your graphic settings for now. You have different resolution options or full screen. I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to go all the way up to full screen or one of the larger settings right now. That's just because of, well, just in case something pops up. I don't think anything will. Also, that's to avoid my recorder going nuts on me, because my recorder seems to have issues with some of that stuff. So, play. This is our opening. I have recently updated, so it dropped my saves. Oh well, I'm not gonna complain. There's a little bit of flair and things. The game most definitely plays more like a playable movie, which is a good thing, but you have to understand that going in. One thing you'll note is it does not yet have an options menu, so you can't like adjust the sound and things. But that's coming. That is coming. But for the moment, there's no options menu. You have news, which is set to July 27th, but like I said, it's actually the 28th. New game, challenge level, which I'm not going to go into right now. Instructions. And these are just basic instructions, and it's intended to be a challenging game. So that's another thing you have to understand coming in, is it's very lore and story heavy, but also sort of instruction light. You're supposed to figure things out as you go, and there are hints and boosts to push you along, but make sure that you understand this game is not intended to be easy. Quit, of course, takes you out, and then credits. And here's an eye-opener, in my opinion. That's it. Ta-da! That's a very small team. So, you know, these guys are doing great work, all of them. So, congratulations to you guys. Also, something to note for the moment, you have to click and drag. Just about everything scroll wheel doesn't get you anything. There isn't any right clicking. As it says in the instructions, you have the 1 key, the 2 key, the 3 key, the tab button, and the mouse. You have to sit your hand a little bit differently than you're used to on your keyboard, but it didn't take long for me to get used to it, and it's still a pretty comfortable position. Since it's further up on my desk, it's actually more comfortable than the usual position for me. So you might have to pull your keyboard just a little bit closer to you if you have a different setup than me, but it's still a comfortable and natural hand position. So, new game. First thing you know is you have a couple different options. For the moment, there's no difference besides the name and the character. There's no stat difference or story difference. That is coming, and I've actually been told that full customization will become an option as well. Well, not full, but much more customization. I can't speak to specifics, but a whole lot more customization is coming. So this is, again, it's an early access. That's to be expected. So we're going to go with Ashley this time and start the game. And I have put a couple hours into this already, so I'm not going in blind this time. Now this is going to be a point and click to where you want to go. And I am going to intentionally skip some things to avoid giving away pieces of the story. And one thing you will note right away is no camera control. While the camera is still being fine-tuned, you're still probably not going to get camera control, and there's actually a reason for this. Like I said, the game is intended to function more as a more directed cinematography style presentation, you know, film type presentation. And so you end up getting you're going to end up getting more shots of, and I'm currently running around more than I should right now, but a lot more shots of a more movie-like nature that's you're going to have to get used to, because it's not necessarily as gaming oriented in terms of its appearance, and you do get a UI after this first bit, but you're going to have to get used to the different camera setup. Once you get used to it, I haven't found any problems with it per se, but it is something that takes some, well, I've said getting used to it enough times now. Let's get this started, shall we? We have our first encounter with whatever the heck that thing is. Running away can be a bit of a challenge, because you do have to click to keep going. So, Chapter 1. Crushed. And get some lens flare, some computer pixelation, and some windows and crystals. This is a very pretty game. Yeah, it is a lot like playing a cutscene, but like I said, it's more about telling the story and presenting a challenge than anything else. So here we go. You can see things change and shift around, and I will not be going through everything. That's for you guys to explore in your own time. But we do have 1 to manipulate, 2 for shield, which will burn out in a second. Oh, that's right, I forgot you can turn it off. And 3 for pulse, which I'm gonna need to do this anyways, so. But you're actually supposed to find that one first, and I'll just go over to that real quick. And actually, no, I am going to first go to tab like I'm supposed to. Here you get this little thing in your arm which talks to you. And you do get skill points for talking to it and things, which is a good thing. I actually, we're gonna just go over a couple of these. I'm not gonna read them all. You're gonna need to read them on your own time, because this is about looking at the game. But yeah, you just click through these. You read them all. Like I said, it's very story heavy. But yeah, it's got a lot of stuff. I'm intentionally doing this to try to burn up some skill points, because you have a powers tab where you can upgrade. You can choose to upgrade and use these skill points, and they do take a lot, but you can get a lot if you actually go through a lot of the different lore and things. And you do that by talking to ARM. And there's a whole bunch of these. I haven't made it all the way down. You also, and by going through the database where you have your character status, you have your event log, you have your database, and you can click on different things in the database. And talk to ARM about them. And generate more skill points. So you're going to be at the database and talking to ARM a lot. But since it's very story oriented, that's the point. Now, I'm going to go over here to the first of these that you're supposed to find. And activate it, and this is a glyph. And you're gonna need to find as many of these as you can. And then whenever you see this little circle type thing, because they don't normally glow with the white stuff, you get a database entry that you can read, and then open the database to talk more about them and find out what you're supposed to do with them. This I am gonna explain. Glyphs are intended to be used to just generating some more skill points. Like I said, I'm not doing 100% complete right now, but I could use some. Glyphs are used in order to solve terminals, which we're going over to next. And this is important. You got the terminal, you got the pylon, you got some of these polyps and tentacly stuff. You got the pod. And then over here, you got the skin, which I'm not clicking on. A glitch that I discovered, actually, yay, is, well, not yay, but yay, yeah. Anyways, is if you talk to, well, not talk to, but if you scan this skin stuff before you do some of this other stuff, in particular this terminal, it actually makes it so that the little white thing that when you go over here to examine it, that doesn't disappear. And that means you can't access the terminal, which means you have to restart. So I am doing this terminal before I do that. However, I have already passed this information on, and the fix should actually be going out tonight of the 26th. And I am just putting this out for two reasons. One, as a heads up, because you never know. This is what it's supposed to do once you have it set. And then you can talk to it. But like I said, I'm pointing this out just in case something happens and you run into it. It's not, like I said, by the 27th, tomorrow, it should be done. Technically, it should probably be done tonight. But I'm, like I said, just doing this as a heads up, as well as to give an example of how quickly the devs are responding to this. I mean, that's really fast turnaround, because I just found it today. So, like I said, I'm just snapping up a bunch of more skill points, because I'm gonna need those later, because I'm not particularly good at this game. And like I said, you're gonna have to read the lore yourself. because we're here just to look at the game itself. So now that I've done all that, I've gotten all these different areas for information. I revealed the 2 glyphs. Let's oh wait, I think there was something over here actually. Yes, there was. The polyps. There's a whole ton of stuff here. Oops, well, I don't need to grab everything, like I said, I'm not trying to. You can get, there are in-game achievements along with the usual achievements and things that will be going up. And there we go. Advancing the story. I don't think you actually have to come through here. I didn't check because I'm pretty big on being a completionist. But also, every place you poke your nose in provides a story, and I do love me some story. And I have read all these before because I've played through this section a bunch of times now. Okay, so we got this pylon here. That I apparently can't step on. I actually never tried before. Now, we have, wait, I can. I don't know why I never did this before. Not that I know what this does. Okay. Anyways. We have... I keep forgetting what the glyphs look like. That is my biggest weakness. Okay. I've done this room a bunch of times in different playthroughs, and I still can't remember them. So we have solve and hack. I'm going to try to solve this one. And what you do is you sit here with the glyphs and you have to pick them out. These will stop moving before you have to pick them out. And we have... one moment. These... okay, that's one. And it has a bite taken out of... there we go. That's the first step. The second step always drives me insane. But I think I got it this time. Ah! Yes. Okay. The last time I did this, I failed it and got dropped someplace else. So there are actually multiple bridges or multiple storyline paths that this can take. That pylon isn't going to do anything. Turd. So, yeah. There's a whole bunch of different paths, and you can get thrown in different places, so it's worth multiple playthroughs for sure. So, oops. I'm just gonna try to spam my way through a bunch of different places to grab points as I demonstrate this game, and some more of the mechanics of it. There we go. So then you do have to stick your nose everywhere if you want to maximize your skill points, which I'm doing some of, but I'm also kind of cheaping out on a lot of this. I mean, I probably could have gotten 2 to 3 times the skill points right that I have right now if I was just willing to be more thorough and go over the lore and stuff. And Oh, 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 oh. Yep. You got the defense tentacles, which are supposed to defend you, but they attack you because there's something going on that you don't know what's going on. And that is part of the whole point of this game, is figuring out WTF is going on. We are going to zap that. We're going to wait for this to recharge. And we're going to zap that. And these are for each playthrough, so it doesn't matter how many times I play through this, it's going to give me these achievements once I achieve them. As you can see, the camera changes and shifts to be more of a directed experience in terms of how you're seeing things. So it takes some getting used to. As does the movement. There we go. And this one I'm actually going to try to hack then, after I reveal these glyphs. This one I can do. Ah, there we go. You have to try to move closer to the glyphs in order to get them, like I did with the one. But if you can't, at least they give you this nice little plasma thingy to reveal the glyphs if for whatever reason you can't seem to get your character to move. So there we go. But instead we're gonna come here and climb. Or I wonder. Last time I was zapping my way through all my powers and stuff, so just gonna dump skill points real quick. What do you do? Oh, that's right. I never remember this stuff from playthrough to playthrough. Nope. Okay. This one we're going to look at. You can see this one's going to be easier to hack than solve, so we're going to come in and hack this one. And use the arrow keys to move when ready to collect the glyph, and you have a minute. And I hate the little red things. Ah! And these can sometimes change. Ah! These can change a lot. I'm not very good at them. I'm really not good at them. I'm actually going to quit out and demonstrate something else. You can actually ask it to compromise the terminal's countermeasures to make hacking easier, but this will cost you skill points. See? This will cost skill points when it comes to your success. You can see that's much easier. There we go. So you can either solve them or you can hack them, and I probably could have solved that one, but I just demonstrate the hacking. That's the whole point of some of this, is to just demonstrate bits and pieces of the game. And I think I've given a nice general overview. So, I could be wrong, but who knows. Overall, I do like this game. At first I didn't realize it was intended to be a challenge game, and so I wasn't quite so sure, but once you realize that it's supposed to be a challenge, it becomes a much more interesting experience. Because I originally thought it was just the storytelling bit, so here we go. Kinds of interesting stuff. I do like the atmosphere and environment that they present with this whole game. It really does feel more like exploring a world than just running through levels. Here we go. Come on. Fine. But yeah, it still has a couple glitches, but it's livable. There we go. And it's in early access, so you know, glitches are expected. I'm actually going to try to solve this. So what was that? Okay, that one, and what was the last one? That one. Okay. Broken, 2 halves, notch. I'm just playing a little bit more to show some more of the story. Okay. And you are going to want to try to, let's see, notch, that, there we go. You want to do the first one as fast as possible, because this one takes some looking. Okay, we got one with a notch, and they do shift. Ah! Or there's duplicates and you're looking for... Oh, duh, they're in order. There we go. Anyways, overall, yeah, I'm liking where this is going. Oops. I'm not liking where she's going. What? There we go. Yes, snag some more skill points. The game is quite interesting. I haven't made it all the way to the end. I certainly intend to at some point. Game's difficulty may or may not make that a challenge, though that is the point. So, chances are it will make that a challenge. Okay, no points. Now, it does use a checkpoint saving system, which will probably come into play here in a second. What else do we have? Splash image. Okay. And I did that on purpose because I can never do this bridge unless I... There we go. And I will either make it or I won't, and you will see why. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. And another checkpoint. I'm very happy there's a checkpoint here. I am incredibly happy there is a checkpoint here. I'm gonna see our mysterious alien ship again. And off she goes. So I'm not sure entirely what else to talk about. I mean, I've covered the basics of the game. I've covered that it's an early access. And I've covered, you know, some of the different mechanics, the glitches, and, well, only one real glitch. I actually didn't try this. Nope. Nope. Either I can't aim or the bugs are not zappable. This is gonna be a great decision-making process. Okay, we're just gonna go back down here. Ah, that was that glyph I was looking through. Okay. I'm still orienting myself as far as things go. Because, you know, that's always fun. Hurry, hurry. Ah! No duh. No last checkpoint. Yeah, so it is definitely a checkpoint system. So you're gonna have to get used to that. I know that I always prefer being able to save on the fly, but oh well. And I think that's actually a decent point to stop for the night. I think I've highlighted the general basics of the game and how it plays and what it's about and who makes it and everything. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Check out the game on Steam when it comes out on the 28th. And there will be some links to this Steam page, to the Crow Steam page, and to Sunset Incorporated's website in the description below. If you guys like this video and want to see more, please check out my channel. Like, subscribe, the whole shebang. If you want to support me, please check out my Patreon and GoFundMe. I could really use help. And just a couple other links to check out. Twitter, Beam for live streams and whatnot as well down there. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next vid. Nick60 signing off. Thanks for watching all.